Alright, let's see if that does it. Okay, hopefully you can hear and or see me. Beautiful. Thank you, Jody Fish. Welcome everybody back to Paleontologizing. So good to have you here today. Glad you could join me. I slept a lot better last night, so hopefully I'll be a bit more chipper during today's stream. But welcome once again to the beautiful eastern Utah desert. Out here, kind of near the town of Moab, Utah. And we're going to be digging some more dinosaurs live on stream, so glad you could make it. Yeah. Anyway, if it's your first time here on Paleontologizing, then welcome. We're glad you could make it. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. You're clever folks, so you probably know already that a paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils. I work on dinosaur fossils in particular, hence dinosaur paleontologist. And I'm here with the Utah Geological Survey, helping them dig up some dinosaurs here in this quarry. I'm going to take you over there in a couple minutes, but yeah. First, just as some background, we're here in the very earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. Rock's about 140 million years old. Very beginning of the Cretaceous. And yeah, this is new stuff. The dinosaur that we're digging up now, an iguanodontian, is most likely going to be a new species. We won't know for sure until we can actually get the bones excavated, brought back to the laboratory, cleaned, studied, and prepared, and yeah, but really good chance it's going to be something new. There's also a chance it's the same thing as Iguana colossus, which is another dinosaur from the Cedar Mountain Formation, but we need to find some overlapping parts to actually figure out if this is the same thing or something new. But, yeah. Anyway, the whole point of this is, science outreach, you know? Very few people ever actually get to witness something like a dinosaur dig live. But, you know, that's a solvable problem nowadays. So, that's what I'm trying to do here. Trying to, instead of just tell you what it's like to dig up a dinosaur, show you firsthand what it's like, so that you could see it with your own eyes. And this is only possible because of our gear over here. Let me show this off real quick before we go to the quarry. Yeah. Broadcasting to you live from the Utah desert via satellite. We don't have much cellular coverage out here, so we've got to resort to more drastic measures like this. So there's our satellite dish, there's the router and the solar panels, and solar generator. So yeah. Anyway, thank you to everybody who's supported me financially to make it so that I could afford this whole setup here. This is because of you, so thank you very, very much for that. Yeah. But yeah. And Trooper 2112, hey, great question, and hello to you. Is this the area where the famous Utah raptor was found? It is indeed. Shoot, and the guy who described Utah raptor is sitting right over there in the green shirt. That's Dr. Jim Kirkland, Utah State paleontologist. And you could call him the father of Utah raptor if you wanted to be corny about it. But yeah, he'll be happy to answer any Utah raptor questions you've got. So yeah. And Gojira, these panels are the working ones. The other ones are back in camp, and I've not tried them since yesterday morning. They may or may not be out of commission. I'll have to see. I haven't tested them yet. Menoides says, how's the heat? It's hot. It's actually not as hot today as it was yesterday. It's pretty nice, honestly. But we'll do a temperature check at some point, and I'll tell you exactly how hot it is. But, yeah. And in chance you know how many specimens of Utahraptor there are? Menoides, let's ask Jim. If anybody knows, it's Jim. But, on down here into the quarry. We've got Ethan and Fisher and Justin and Jim today. And we're expecting a new crew member in just a little bit, but Don is going to pick her up right now, so he'll be back in a little bit. Yeah, Jim, we got our first question of the day for you. How many specimens of Utahraptor are known so far?
Okay. Count a holotype, locality, gastric quarry, one animal.
Okay.
Dalton Wells quarry, minimum of 8.
Okay, so we're up to 9.
Yep. Blaine quarry, I think there's parts of 3 or 4.
Okay.
And, the Mega Block, half a dozen,
Okay.
more maybe.
So
We'll
we're
get
at
other things too now.
a minimum of 25.
Something like that. It'll be it's going to be a keystone animal. And it's so primitive and old. We now know it's about 10 million years older than they thought.
Holy cow. Yeah. So I'd put it at what, like 130?
135, 136.
Holy cow. Almost twice as old as like Tyrannosaurus or Stegosaurus. Yeah. But yeah, awesome. Well, great question, Menowidi. But yeah, and there are crews digging up more Utahraptor in the present, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, we're going to be doing that over at Laurie's site, aren't we?
We're hoping to get a new species that's related to it.
Right.
Certainly got the claw, but the age is really wrong.
We're actually going to be fundraising here on Paleontologizing to pay for a new radiometric date for that quarry, figure out how old that actually is, so our new Utahraptor species or new Utahraptor genus closely related to Utahraptor, figure out how old that thing is, which is really exciting. Yeah.
Estonia laurimcwinii.
Yeah. Would you think might even... Can we say this on camera? You think it might be?
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
might be a new genus?
I think Ken would drive me nuts if I, no, what is it? But it is.
Well, yeah. There's controversies in science, that's...
And until I publish it, it's just spouting off.
SB says, how do you figure out how old it is? Well, you radiometrically date the rocks. So.
Yeah, we've been, in the old days, I mean, way old days, they used to use things like fission track dating. Which was cool because you could do it in your office in a lab and geology departments. Because what you're doing is extracting zircons, and under a high-powered microscope, you're counting the fission tracks from the decay of uranium within the zircon. But that's really
imprecise, right?
Oh yeah, plus or minus. Here it'd be plus or minus 10 or 15 million years.
Holy cow!
I mean, when you're
a lot can happen in 15 million years.
I mean, there are people who used to think the Morrison was like 5 million years old. When we had no sense of dating.
Well, shoot, when Tyrannosaurus was first described, wasn't that listed at like 2 million years by a lot of sources? Yeah. We've come a long way. Holy cow. Yeah.
Yeah, the Gobi, stuff, Roy Chapman Andrews and those guys.
Yeah.
3 million years.
3 million years.
Proto.
Pliocene. Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, nowadays we use, this will be argon dating?
Well, no, that was really
No, potassium lead. That's it.
Yeah. Argon, or first potassium argon.
Potassium argon dating.
Potassium argon was good, and it really improved things quite a bit. And then they found that argon, being a noble gas, could leak out. But when your potassium is breaking down to stable argon, it goes through argon. And then back to argon again, a different isotope. So then they started doing argon isotope dating, argon. These are feldspar crystals and ashes and things, volcanic ashes. And that was more precise. And then, uranium lead was always a good one for dating stuff really old, because the breakdown is much slower. But they've developed better techniques and faster techniques for doing uranium lead dating. And fortunately, zircons have uranium in them.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah, zircons are nearly indestructible.
Yeah.
If you grab a chunk of sandstone in here, it'll have 3.5 billion-year-old zircons in it. Reworked since, started getting continental crust.
That's pretty cool.
But we want to get the nice little needles. The young zircons to give us date of the rocks themselves.
Not been reworked, yeah.
Did I tell you that in Barnum Brown's natural history article about the almond, he said these rocks are 60 million years old in 1937. And I have not been able to figure out how he got a number that old.
Yeah.
They were using a lot, younger numbers.
He must have had some of that new, unpublished, access to unpublished info or something.
That's pretty cool.
Cutting edge, I don't know.
Well, there are people, like Kelvin. Kelvin figured the whole Earth was something, I don't know, like 500 million.
Half a billion,
if it started as a liquid and slowly cooled down.
Because he didn't know anything about radioactivity. Yeah.
So basically, Kelvin is the calculation of the age of the Earth. From a molten ball.
Right.
It was kind of young. And a lot of people went with that. That was a standard be considered fairly rigorous date for the planet Earth.
Uh-huh.
You know, because science, you like to try to be rigorous.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we now know that uranium within the Earth keeps it toasty in there.
Holy cow, we got 20 subs from Dinosaur Dave. Thank you very much for your support. Dinosaur Dave says that's for Jim's stories. Thank you, Dinosaur Dave. And thank you, Jim.
Hey, we got a lot of stories. We've
Yeah.
been doing this for 50 years. And wanting to do it since I was 5.
Let's check in on Fisher and Ethan here. I put some separator. You're going to top jacket this. We still don't really know what this thing is, right? Could be
Probably
I think
Max.
I should have we put the camera on it yesterday, but I'm sorry I was too slow with that today.
And the day before that.
Yeah.
And
I think it's been on stream for many days now.
I think it has been. Yeah,
So
people are probably sick of these
You can
bones
go
already.
back and take a look at it in the recorded streams
In the
if you like, but yeah. Big long bone going across here, and then up here there's potentially a maximus of the tooth-bearing bone in
That's,
the upper jaw.
There's one up here. Yeah. Or yeah, up here.
Yeah, we don't.
That
have
would be a premax.
Humans don't have a premaximus.
We don't have a premax anymore?
It's fused.
That's lame.
What? We have a pre-maxed on.
Nope, we just have a maxilla.
For the iguanodon?
In
no, in
human
humans.
beings.
In humans,
Yeah.
We have. I think we have one
it's
Premax from
totally
the iguanodon.
fused. I mean, there's actually embryologically there's a couple splints.
Uh-huh.
You know, your incisors would be in your premax,
Oh, okay.
but it fuses up embryologically.
Uh-huh.
You know, long before you're born, so
Right.
it's just one bone. But you can see embryologically the ontogenetic history. You know,
Is that a UR contoglier thing, or is that all mammals?
No, many mammals have a premaxilla.
Yeah, I was thinking horses do too, right? Yeah.
No, it's just
Primates.
Like horse skulls? Yeah.
it just fuses up embryologically.
I think it might
primates
just be.
have them. We have
It's
them.
probably just people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think apes have Premaxilla.
They don't.
Yeah, it's probably
No,
something
they don't
that's...
have them. They have them embryologically.
Yeah.
And the canine is the first tooth in the maxilla proper.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And the incisors are in the premax.
And we've
But
got weird skulls as humans. Really
You
strange.
completely give up on the ossification center, you know,
Uh-huh.
because it really isn't.
Yeah.
You know, early on, you know, and it may not even be,
Uh-huh.
you know, bone.
Right.
You know, maybe this little cartilage centers.
But it's still got the tooth row there, yeah.
It's there, yeah. It's there
Uh-huh.
in embryologics.
I don't know if we need more.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just looks
Yeah.
a bit scant. So
So paleontologists,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we still have
might
it.
as well. Add one extra layer.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Do we get another ground-penetrating radar question? That's funny. I'm glad I made that command for it. Alex wants to know, were there any dinosaurs in Russia? Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they've got a new
That's-
ptachosaur.
Oh, yeah?
Cypricus?
Sibiricus, I think? Yeah.
Sibiricus, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a pretty neat animal.
Uh-huh.
And they got some beautiful, beautiful material.
Allura Titan, Kulindodromius. Holy cow.
Yeah, they got some great
I think it's gorgeous.
Hey, you want to kick me this?
kick you what?
That core, that roll. I'm going to use it for splint.
Oh, nice. That one's kind of bent, though. Do you want a fresh one?
Maybe a fresh one, but
Where do we put those?
this one, yeah, I've straightened it out. You know. But they're good. Like I got this
Yeah.
rib, and there's
Yeah.
a couple spots of weakness.
So Jim's gonna
let's-
jacket this rib over here.
A little splint, and about there
Uh-huh.
would be nice, because I've got what I do. I got to lift it off of this bone. So I want it, you know, well jacketed
Uh-huh.
in order to do that without damage. You know, it's always, you know, there's no great textbook way, you know, to do this. It's experience and, you know, knowing this will work. Okay, what, you know, kind of engineering can I do in my own mind? And
Right.
Phil would say none, but our engineer
Yeah.
went home.
Phil might be watching today, actually. He said he's gonna try. Yeah.
Not an engineer.
Oh, and Dinosaur Dave, thanks for looking that up. According to Google, the premax in humans is the incisive bone and holds the incisor teeth and anterior nasal spine.
It's not a separate element in adults.
It's
Yeah.
fused on,
That's
yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
incisive is kind of like a a synonym for premaxillary mammals. Just
Gotcha.
It holds the incisors.
Oh, so you hear that in terminology for other mammals too? Incisive?
Yeah.
Interesting. Did not know that. See, the things you learn out here. Yeah, so Jim is putting on some gypsonas right there, which are these little kind of prepackaged medical bandages. So we'll use these on smaller
See, I got to
bones.
keep, there's a natural break there, the rock, but this thing goes right up to it, so I got to lift it away.
Uh-huh.
So I want to get this jacket to be real solid, and then once it sets, I can exploit the weaknesses to turn this small, kind of ratty rib over with this interesting bone, even though it's not a complete bone from the looks of it.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting, and maybe, because the separation is really good, maybe we can see some teeth marks or other evidence about how this thing got broken the way it did.
Yeah.
And that data is important as any other data that we got here.
Oh, Phil is in chat under the name Torvo Phil.
Torvo Phil.
He says, "Hey Danny, Phil here. What is the temperature right now, and where is Dawn?" So Dawn deserted, actually.
You were going to be here, Phil. He ran.
No, he's going to pick up one of our new volunteers.
No, he's here. He's just giving her a tour right now.
Oh, is he here already? I thought I heard somebody talking. Well, shoot, that was fast.
Yeah, probably showing where a good place set up her tent.
And let's see what the current temperature is. While Ethan does some seamstress work over there. Yeah. Let's get our trusty psychrometer. The psychometer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Yeah. Ooh, any guesses?
96.
Ooh.
98. I'm gonna guess hot.
Ethan wins. Oh, nope, 98. 98 point... Who said 98? Did you... Justin? Yeah, nice. It dropped... Nope, down to 97.
Up to 97 and, like Cisco.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
We're pretty close.
Doing well. That's one of our nicest temperatures we've had so far. Yeah.
Tomorrow's 93. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, we might even get snow if it's 93 out. It's going to feel like it compared to what it has been.
It really is nice how the 90s feel wonderful after a couple weeks of over 100.
Yeah. Phil says, keep up the good duct tape engineering going, Jim.
Let the good times roll, Jim.
This is plaster bandage engineering.
All right, so Ethan's got some fresh burlap there. So yeah, these are some of the highly technical, expensive pieces of scientific equipment that we have,
Cut
like
that tail off.
burlap and toilet paper. Yeah. And yeah. Menawidi says, what's the most creative way you've used to protect fossils when you extract them? I mean, this is the classic one, is jacketing like this.
Shirts?
Yeah, we've had... Last year we had to...
Summer we used t-shirts.
Yeah, we had to cut up our
Our favorite
t-shirts because we thought we'd run out of burlap. It turns out we just kind of misplaced it in camp. But yeah, that's not going to happen this year. But yeah, so right now Ethan's just kind of figuring out the footprint, how much burlap we're going to need, how to arrange the strips. Again, this is stuff it's not rocket surgery. It's far more technical than that.
Yeah,
Look at that burlap
rockets
placement.
is a bloody mess.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Don's back.
Oh yeah.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hey, Carly. Hey, good to meet you. Can I put you on camera? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, here's our new volunteer, Carly. She just joined us right now.
Carly Erickson I coached cross-country skiing in the winter.
Oh, very
So
nice.
she's one of my athletes. and
Cool. A native Utah then?
Heck yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
And an accomplished cross-country skier and mountain bike racer.
Nice.
And all that.
Start to...
A little bit occupied, but not too
Yeah, he's just doing a little Jim Kirkland. Danny Anduza.
Hey. Yeah.
So you're not lonely. We brought another sister along. Her little brother's name is Fisher. And then this is Ethan, our intern.
Oh, yeah.
And then Justin.
Fellow
Another,
Utah.
so we've
Awesome.
got,
Yeah.
now there's 3 native Utahns.
Uh-oh, you guys are taking over.
3 Utards now.
Yeah.
canceled, Don.
No, the survey is exploiting this and promoting it. So lots of our fair Utah citizens tuning in, I hope.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah. Thank you to the Utah Geological Survey for helping, helping share the links and stuff. Our little ragtag stream here.
They're getting ready to cap this big. He's even doing the.
Oh yeah, the pre-soaking. So I've turned Ethan to the dark side on this.
Yeah,
That's how I was trained.
Anymore, like pre-soaking means the plaster doesn't go as far into the burlap.
I think it's exactly the opposite. I think it helps it soak in more. And it sets faster that way too.
We can do a test, but I think it's an unnecessary step.
We should do the experiment.
We should do an experiment. That's a great idea.
I think it's just an unnecessary step.
I like that idea.
We've collected
test the idea.
Our engineer, let's design a way to test. Does pre-soak in the burlap work better than using dry burlap?
Yeah.
The reason we put wet paper towel on is a retardant so that the plaster does not sit
I know, we're
down
trying to
in.
prevent it from going into the bone with water.
Well, it also helps it adhere to the bone better, so it's not flapping around. Just
So who taught you to do that?
dry paper towel.
Danny suggested it, and it works.
Oh, okay. It worked. But
It's my fault.
Did it work better than when you didn't do it?
I don't know. I don't notice much of a difference, but I've
Okay.
some of my volunteers in Wyoming were like, "Wow!" Like they were really paying attention to it. They're like, "Wow, this is way better." I don't really pay attention to that stuff, but I think it might work. So whatever. It's definitely a big deal, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, we had a question about the new Peruvian whale. Yeah, of course we've all heard of that now. Peru cetus. Holy cow, that thing is
So here's we can't see the
Big
bone
honkin'.
because they covered it in.
big honking vertebrae on it.
But here's
Very
Look forward to reading the paper. I first
bone
heard about that when I got to the quarry this morning, so I haven't had time to actually read the paper. Yeah.
What?
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
We saw some of the bone coming over, and we
Well,
get
do we have any bottle water? Bottle?
Oh, did you finish?
Are we
Yeah,
out of water?
Another jug.
Well, I mean, we could use my Camelback.
I'll go get another jug. I
So
think.
here's
Okay.
bone. You see the both
Yeah.
they're actually both broken off. There was another little bone on top. So we use little medical bandages to put a cap on things. And if we're doing something small, we'll just do little.
And Menowidi, yeah, shoot, if you check out my Twitter page, I retweeted, I think, some of the announcements about it. Holy cow, is it a big honking whale. From the Eocene, too. They weren't supposed to get that big back then. So that's super exciting. We have to rewrite our theories, Fisher.
I mean, Basilosaurus is Eocene. It's pretty large.
Yeah. No, but this guy's like
Yeah, you're saying
super massive. Like,
baleen whales.
Big.
yeah. He chonk, as someone said in chat. Yeah.
We'll just do that for the next time.
And is Justin finding anything new? Let's go check on
Back in 5.
Monsieur Justine over here.
People care about my findings.
Of course. Yeah.
There's a few little bits and bobs.
I like the splint.
Where we found some potential theropod
Hey,
skull
Danny.
bones.
That's all. Careful over there.
Yeah.
This is
I
all
was
scary.
really careful to
I
find
don't
a
know
spot
what
that
this-
looks super flat.
Thank
Remember
you.
you talking about that?
Bless you.
Whatever you're working on right here, this is kind of a
It's ribby, maybe?
maybe.
It's a ribeye steak. And then there's this thing that I think there used to be more of it, but this thing is pretty neat.
Nice.
So these are actually, I think, a pair of bones. I don't think they're actually fused.
Uh-huh.
And that looks,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I wonder if this is like the end of a pubis or something.
Uh-huh.
There's a few pieces, but because it was sticking out like this, and these are broken.
That's really cool. Can
So
I see that
I think
up
we may have
close?
lost some at some point, which is unfortunate, but
Wow. That does look like the distal end of a pubis, maybe.
yeah.
There's a few other
Oh,
little
and a
things.
tiny little fragment just jumped off.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Got a variety of other little things poking out of the rock.
Uh-huh.
Maybe parts of some of the maybe skull bones that we found.
Nice. That's exciting. We need the theropod, so... Good
Ethan
work,
thinks
Justin.
it's skull bones.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what we want.
The bones are.
Yeah.
I don't
Awesome.
know what they are yet.
Well, that's
I'm
why you're out
learning.
here. You're
I'm
learning, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Killing the game, Justin. In a good way. Good kill.
All right, let's see if we got any other questions. Let's see.
We got the big projector from Prehistoric Planet tonight.
Shoot, who's got the biggest screen? I've got a decent sized screen. We could probably do it on my external monitor. I should have brought a projector. I've got a little one at home.
Show it around the side of the trail.
Yeah. And keep coding, Steph. Holy cow, thank you for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that very much. It's good to have you here.
There's a big rib over there. You can see that we've already jacketed it.
Yeah.
So once we jacket it, we'll undercut it, flip it over, and then do a
Excellent.
top jacket on top. So.
There's more than a rib in there, isn't there?
And 350, hello to you
no,
too.
that's
Welcome,
not a
welcome.
rib.
I'm gonna have to clean the lens at
No,
some
no.
point. I'm seeing some
The rib is just
spots on it.
No, he's got a big tibia or something.
Yeah.
Give the keys in there.
That's
Oh,
my
yeah,
pocket.
absolutely.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to get some more water for it.
Yeah. But anyway, it's good to see you here, Steph. I'm really glad you could make it.
I think you could probably, I mean, I don't know if the water thing matters either way.
You need anything from Campbell?
If it
Yeah.
doesn't matter much, then why do it?
No, there's nothing cold.
You thought those were on your TV, Subamp? Well, let me see if I can maybe find a wipe for the...
Lens.
Yeah. I think I might have an extra one up there, and I'll steal some cold water while I'm up there. Past our satellite rig over here. I think I may have had a lens wipe inside of here. Feeling around. Nothing so far. I know I have a cloth one, but the little disposable ones are really nice. And you might be out of luck on that front. I gave Jim one yesterday to clean his glasses. That might have been my last one over here. I have to get some more out of the vehicle later. But I know I've got a cloth one. Kind of a dirty one, but better than nothing. Inside of here. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, here you go, chat. Is that better? It looks the same to me. Shoot. Well, try and remember to clean the lens properly tonight when I'm back in camp. There we go. Yeah. Your face feels cleaner? Good. I'm glad, Knight of Coins. Excellent. Yeah. Good stuff. My secret ice water stash. Gotta stay hydrated out here. I've got, ambient temperature water over there in the quarry. But this is where I keep the cold stuff. Yeah.
Well, most of the stuff is...
Alright, there's our router. Try not to stand in front of the dish, the signal will go out. But yeah. Yeah. Shoot, I need to clean this screen too. Look at that. Filthy. Oh. Do a whole cleaning tonight. Anyway, we had a question about... Oh, Ruler says... could I provide a dumbed-down explanation of how radiometric dating works? I think that's the only explanation I can give would be the dumbed-down one. Because I'm not a geochronologist. But if you think about it kind of like an hourglass, yeah, you've got certain radioactive elements or isotopes that decay into other ones. That happens at a known rate. So imagine that you have an hourglass, and you know that when you tip it over, it takes an hour for all the sand to go through. Imagine the top of the sand is one radioactive isotope, and the bottom is another one. It's decaying from one into another. And so when you turn it over, if you take a picture of that hourglass at any point, you'll know how long it's been since it got flipped, right? That's how an hourglass works. It's the same with radioactive isotopes. If you count the proportion, the number of uranium isotopes versus the number of lead isotopes there in a sample, you can figure out how long it's been since that rock got deposited, since, the hourglass got flipped. That makes sense. It's the simplest way I know how to describe it, and I'm sure if there are any geochronologists watching, they're probably cringing right now, because I'm sure I got some detail not exactly right. Jim, are you cringing right now?
No, not really cringing. It's a tricky concept.
Yeah.
You know, that, okay, uranium, that's radioactive, randomly just blows up. It's unstable, boom.
Right.
Throws off, a particle or two, changes to a different isotope.
Right.
And there's a whole chain of these things until it gets to a stable isotope and it stops.
But there's a half-life in there.
Stable isotope will end.
Yeah.
But there's so many uranium atoms that over a period of time it averages, so you can say, okay, half of them will be gone in 270 million years.
Right.
That's what we're really looking at. Uranium has a long half-life.
Oh, yeah.
So about 270 million years.
And
then, you can go way back into the Precambrian where you just start getting a trace uranium left. But new methodologies have made the younger ages of uranium actually much more precise than they used to be.
Because it used to be, it was only useful for like Cambrian and Precambrian, right? Uranium lead?
Paleozoic.
Paleozoic,
But now the younger stuff with Tim's dating, some of these specialized methods, they count the atoms. They get
pretty cool.
Very precise numbers. But it's not cheap.
That's why we're going to be fundraising for a date. In sometime in the next month, probably like early September, something like that. Be trying to get a good radiometric date for that new Utah Raptor and Gastonia site. Not new site, but new date, new precise date for that site.
Yeah, that level can span two different stages of the early Cretaceous.
Yeah.
10, 12 million years, anywhere in there.
So that one date is going to help us understand the evolution of these animals and what's going on in the Cedar Mountain Formation at that point. Like, it's going to be important. I wouldn't be asking people to contribute if it were, just.
And I've been trying to get a date on that for many years.
Yeah.
I've sent it to labs and please do it if you can fit it in. And they never fit it in.
Yeah. So it's going to be cool. We're going to get to be part of history with that. So, making that happen. All right. Oh, and everybody, I almost forgot to show you. Here's a bone that I found this morning and I was very happy about. It's pretty stubborn.
Plant mats at some point too. Ripping over these.
Yeah.
Just mats.
Oh, let's take a look at that actually. Yeah, Jim's got a plant mat over there.
Yeah, so
and this stuff,
over there, and then
you get around.
Yeah.
You can step there now.
Okay. Hand here, boot here. Left hand red.
Yeah, don't step on the jacket. Oh, your heel's hitting it.
There we go. Yeah.
But anyway, to be clear back here, we've been finding. And at first I was real scared. I thought, oh no, I got bones. But you get this material here. Kind of looks like some of the bone. Oh, some thin bone is rotting. And then you start looking at it and you realize this is just a mat of Cretaceous plants. Modern plants seem to like it too. Getting the, when they break down, they're producing a fertilizer, obviously. Bone's good fertilizer for plants. But these mats are, very troublesome in that you think you got bones.
Yeah.
Oh, I just ripped into something good.
Gives you a heart attack, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's very, very bone-like on occasion. Some of this, there's one in here somewhere that, I stopped everything for a while. It's convinced.
Can I take a look at one of those pieces?
Oh, yeah, I have it. We're not. But
yeah,
it's just,
so it's kind of scrungy texture. This is very organic. That's what we're getting.
And some of the stuff we get below here are actually being replaced by silica.
Right.
So they make these little thin layers and sometimes thicker layers of agate, which are silicified peat beds.
Right.
And these
so it's
are,
one of the reasons we can tell this is an ancient swamp here, or marsh, or wetlands, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and just over their ways, Don was preparing part of a pelvis. There's a little dish in it. And he's prepping. He says, Jim, take a look at this under the scope. And it's little tiny, like sub-millimeter wide little bones, fish bones, little minnow bones. just know minnows of some sort or other.
Sure.
But there are minnows swimming in among the ferns in this marsh. It's not. We get rare turtle shell frags. I mean, really rare.
Which is odd. Yeah. They're super, super common in the late Cretaceous. I wonder if it was they just hadn't taken off yet at this point.
We really only have a few taxa. In other parts of the world, there's greater diversities.
In this time, or even in the late Jurassic?
Spain, oh yeah. Yeah. But in this part of the world, they're really, like the Jurassic here, more than 2 kinds of turtles.
That's it?
That's it, pretty much it.
That's nuts, yeah.
And this stuff, we probably have maybe 3 or 4.
You have more kinds of...
they got big turtles, and...
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that even close to that.
That's crazy to think in the Morrison you've got more kinds of tuatara than you have of turtle.
Oh, yeah. It's a different ecosystem.
Yeah, that's wild.
No doubt.
Well, cool. Thanks, Jim. Yeah.
And you can see this thing, the break, the bone, the way it comes around. It's just this.
Yeah, look at that.
That's gonna be an interesting bone because even though it's broken, it's gonna come out in very good shape.
Is that like? Do you still think it's a sternal?
No, the sternal was here.
That was here. Oh, you already got that.
It's in this jacket. I feel better.
I was gonna say that looks awful narrow for a sternal.
Yeah, no, that's not a sternal. That's probably a section of a limb bone.
Oh.
But we'll see when we get it out, get it prepared.
Yeah.
But what I like is if it is broken, we might see evidence of what broke it. So it's often when they're broken, the surface preservation in these rocks isn't as good as we would like.
Yeah.
But that one might be interesting.
We're getting a question about what material you're using for that jacket there. That's a gypsona right there.
Yeah, I mean, I got some DP sitting on it just because it was on there. I figured I'd let you guys see it to keep it from getting covered in plaster.
Let me show you guys what a gypsona looks like before it's been.
This is
it's still on the roll.
Rapid, it looks
There's
like
the tubes inside. Yeah, but it's basically like a prepackaged burlap strip with plaster on it.
And for smaller jacket, it's
Gauze, essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I guess it is more gauze than it is burlap.
No, I think we're actually low. If you wanted to go over to that action packer and
let me show
grab us in these days.
show everybody. Here's our supply depot over here. Yeah. Buenas noches de España. Desde España. Oh, bienvenidos a Paleontologizing. Y bienvenidos a el oeste americana, Utah, the U.S. state of Utah. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here. Me llamo Dani Andusa, soy un paleontólogo, y este es Paleontologizing. Where's our gypsonas? Yeah, gypsoners. There we are. So, they come pre-packaged like this. And yeah, it's basically kind of thick gauze with dry plaster of Paris already on it. And so you just soak one of these in water, and you got a, ready to roll medical bandage right there. And so these are great for smaller dinosaur bones, or any other fossils that we find in here that need a little bit of a protective jacket. But anything larger than basically anything larger than what Jim's got over there, we would need a proper plaster jacket with burlap and plaster. Oh, Fisher's donning the plaster gloves right now, as Don recommends.
Yeah. He'll still listen to me.
No.
They're gloves for plaster.
There you go. They're anti-plaster gloves, if we could put it that way. So here's the burlap that we use as the main material in our jackets. What was that, Fisher?
I said you might feel a light pinch.
So yeah, any other questions? Did Stegosaurus live in Russia? Not to my knowledge, Alex. Stegosaurus is a North American taxon. Although, we might have them from Portugal at this point. Jim, do we have any Portuguese Stegosaurus yet? Or are they all different taxa?
There's 2 kinds. Stegosaurus in Portugal and Miragaia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 2 living in the same environment.
And now there's potential Miragaia also from Wyoming, which is pretty cool too. So, Yeah.
Well, what they named it at first, Alcovasaurus or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now the Portuguese call him Miragaia.
Interesting. Wow. See, this is the sort of thing that you're not going to find, on Wikipedia or anything yet, straight from the mouth of Utah State paleontologist. Oh, and Dinosaur Dave has got a question. Sorry I missed this earlier, Dave. Question for everyone at the dig. If you had a prehistoric planet budget / quality, which topic would you want to do a documentary on?
The late Permian.
The late Permian?
Yeah.
All those therapsids?
Yeah, South Africa, the Karoo.
That'd be very cool. Gorgonopsians and Dicynodonts. And
Big pariasaurs.
that'd be neat. Yeah. Don, what about you?
Oh, we'd have to do
Don-
volume hyracoids.
Yeah. Hyraxes from the Eocene of Egypt?
Late Eocene, early Oligocene. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hyraxes are cool animals. They're Don's favorite. So, yeah. Justin, what about you?
Have you named them or just described some?
I haven't named any, no, just described them.
Late Jurassic,
Very good.
Late Jurassic.
Morrison, Kimmeridge Plague,
Yeah?
Solnhofen,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
That'd be cool.
But the big question is why did the Morrison fauna,
Yeah, what happened to them?
Portuguese stuff is very Morrison-like.
Yeah.
Why did that go extinct at the end of Jurassic?
Yeah.
Toto.
Uh-huh.
We lose megalosaurs, ceratosaurs, allosaurids,
Uh-huh.
all the diplodocids, camarasaurs.
Uh-huh.
They all go extinct. And this is like the oldest stuff right after that extinction
Yeah.
that we got anywhere.
Brave New World here in the earliest Cretaceous.
And we don't know why there's a terminal Jurassic extinction.
What about the ankylosaurs? Do they make it through? Is Gastonia...
Minor pelta
Yeah?
seems to be, like this animal seems to be like in between Gastonia and Mimor pelta, which is interesting.
The animal from your side over there. Yeah.
Yeah, the one, but
Yeah.
in these beds.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems to be pretty intermediate.
Uh-huh.
But, overall, does Camptosaurus
Does that evolve into...
this iguanodon?
Yeah, yeah, that's...
Do they actually originate here and then go to Europe?
Uh-huh. That would be cool, yeah.
We don't know.
Iguanodontians being an American original? Yeah. All right. So we're going to get into some plastering here. For anybody who's not witnessed this in one of these streams before, you're in for a treat. This is... yeah. Oh boy, plastering. And this is a big part of what we do out here, creating these protective cocoons for these fossils so we can get them safely out of the ground and back to the laboratory. We call them field jackets. Does it ever bug you when...
You have to come over in the winter and join us in the lab.
Yeah, that would be really cool, actually, yeah. But does it bug anybody else when, like, in a documentary or something like that, they refer to it as a cast rather than a jacket?
Nah.
I'm just a curmudgeon, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Not I, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I was quoted in an article where the journalist made that mistake, and it's like, well, shoot, I should have...
I mean, it is.
I should have clarified that.
I mean, it's not wrong. It's just not the term we use.
Well, a
Yeah.
cast refers to something else entirely. So.
Well, and paleo cast is like a molded and cast replica rather than...
And we often refer to dinosaur quarries as opposed to dinosaur excavations.
Yeah?
I mean, it's just habit. I mean, it's happened for a long time.
Is quarry not a proper term?
What's this?
Is quarry not a proper term?
Quarries, generally, you think of, particularly environmentalists.
Uh-huh.
land
Well, yeah,
managers,
shoot.
They hear the word quarry, they think of
An open pit mine or something, yeah.
So it's like, you gotta say excavation when you're talking to a land manager.
Right. That's actually a good point, yeah,
Oh,
shoot.
Yeah, they kind of freaking
Showmanship.
green one.
Uh-huh.
Always think of showmanship in all
Yeah.
things.
I don't know. There's no red one. Is like typically
Yeah.
for other purposes.
La paleontóloga me interesa muy para... Ah. Low by low. Gracias por su comento. Spanish is not as good as it used to be, so lo siento. Yeah. There we go. So
Got all my friends in Saltillo to start off.
the plaster dance begins.
He's trying to mess with me now.
It's all packed in together, so it's hard to
I'll
scoop.
get to discover a Sabinosaurus to watch and ask you questions.
That'd be cool.
We're running low on plaster. This bucket's almost empty.
I hope not.
I'm
We
sure we've
got
got
plenty
more
in
in camp.
camp.
You haven't done that much. Wow.
There's another bucket sitting up there too. That looks like
That's it.
All
Looks like a
right.
perfect amount.
So Fisher's going to start mixing this up.
Fast.
Don, can you sell everybody on the idea of plaster gloves for anybody watching home? Any other paleontological crews watching?
Well, I mean, you don't need to wear gloves. A lot of people like to put their hands in there and get all slurpy and covered in plaster. It does feel nice, especially when it's hot out. But I just I'm usually in the middle, and then you realize like, oh, I need another piece of burlap, or I need to scratch my nose or something. And then you can just pop them out and do that, and then pop them right back in again.
Yeah.
Plaster also really dries the crap out of your hands.
It does.
Especially if it's cold or something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then I like the fact that when you're done, you just pop them off and you're ready to go. Most field crews, they'll be out there and they spend 10 to 15 minutes like dribbling water over each other. And off, and it's just
or slapping each other's backs, leaving a big plaster handprint.
Fine.
And then I was trained to use white vinegar as a rinse after you do some plastering.
Really?
That's
It's just another thing you got to bring out to the field, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured like humans invented gloves. And they're really handy. And then some people, just because I do feel so strongly about it, some people will not use them just to like spike me.
I've never actually used gloves for plastering before. That's not how I was trained, but I don't know, Don. I might need to try it.
People don't use shade tarps either. Like,
well, that's nuts.
the one that's
Not
nuts.
using shade tarps is borderline
We have paleontologists
self-harm.
out here and call us wimps.
Did you say gloves?
Even though it's 11 degrees in the shade.
Quite handy.
Yeah. What's that, Justin?
Gloves are handy.
And then it keeps
Gloves
my
are handy. Literally.
keeps my hands nice and soft and supple.
Yeah.
Especially when you use when you put them in sweaty gloves, it especially helps them moisturize.
Now, I'd love to get a better design for
Looks like that.
dishwashing gloves that aren't so uncomfortable.
You want that hand?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So Fisher, you want to grab this end so it doesn't keep falling toward me. The very, very bottom end. Just hold it and kind of keep it. Okay.
Yeah.
A little more. There we go. Thank you.
Nice. Let me know if you want another set of hands. I'll put the camera down.
That would be delightful.
Yeah, let's do it.
Harley will get to do it.
I'll get you in just 1 second. I'm just gonna roll a bit of
I
goop on this
figured there
end.
was plenty of.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of
The
jackets.
second
soon.
piece is gonna go down on this side.
There we are.
No, you can go ahead and do it. You want to rub it in up there?
Yeah.
Get the edges especially.
Especially undercut, yeah. Oof. There's a lot of tamping down necessary.
See, when you're live streaming, that would be the perfect time to use gloves because then when you're ready to go back, you're
There you
just
go.
pop your gloves off. I've got a bunch of brand new pairs here too.
Yep.
Live streaming is the best case for glove wearing.
Or
I
if you
really
get-
I don't think, other than, oh, it feels good, that's the only justification for not wearing gloves.
yeah, and your camera and your phone and
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright, I'll take that.
it definitely don't like to get plaster on my camera.
Nice.
Certainly if you're in the spring or fall when it's cold, it's really nice to
That would make sense, yeah. I've never done jacketing in temperate or cold weather before.
Well, and then like the Utah Raptor Mega Block, I mean, there was days where we would put plaster on that puppy for like several hours at a time.
Shoot, yeah.
And
that makes a lot of
I
sense.
mean, doing like
Yeah.
15 different plaster patches.
Where do we need to go?
I mean,
You wouldn't have hands.
all over the
yeah,
there.
your hands are just so dried up. Then you touch something and all of a sudden you're bleeding.
Yeah. I ain't got time to bleed.
Slowing me down.
Let me see that.
It's a lot of goo.
And I don't say gypsonas, I wouldn't wear gloves because you need the feel.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had like a little medical glove or something. But The gypsona doesn't really dry. You're not getting so much on it.
Yeah. So much goop on here.
I know. You don't need to worry about more goop. I think this is just...
Yeah, we're gooped up.
We're G'd up. We're the G boys.
Top
Yeah.
G.
Top G. Exactly.
So both when they did the rib and when you did this, it looks like you made like the perfect amount of plaster.
Nice. Well practiced.
The hard part with plaster is deciding how much water to start with. You know.
Yeah.
I think when I was watching the other day, like I was going to compliment Ethan on his plaster.
Oh, boy!
Because usually I just berate him and give him a hard time. But every once in a while.
And what's a crew chief for?
You got to be able to.
What's it, Staff Sergeant?
You got to be able to tell people when they've reached
Peak.
the proper level of excellence.
Peak human performance. When they've met their stretch goals.
And that is goals. Today we decided, I think that was Fisher's stretch goal, was to get this baby cat today.
Yeah. That's been the stretch goal for 6 days. But it happened.
Fun sounds here, says Ghostly Cool. People love the plaster sounds on Twitch.
Oh yeah, it does sound like
That,
Don't be
Yeah.
gross.
squirty little. I mean, it does feel nice.
Squelching.
Especially for finishing the plaster, that would be the one time we're not having.
Don, don't you miss this? Like, look at this.
Actually, and when I make well, yeah, take your gloves off and you guys can reenact that scene from Ghost.
I still need to see that.
Wait a minute, it's a family show.
That Dirty Jobs episode. Because apparently Jim and Don were in an episode of Dirty Jobs at Utah Raptor Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet,
I
but
know, he was quizzing me the entire time we're going up the hill.
uh-huh.
We're about halfway up, and all of a sudden, I realized I'm going to pass out because I've been air going out the whole time and not enough air coming in. It's just like,
Yeah.
They cut that scene out when Jim.
Yeah,
passed
they
out
did.
on
They
the
did cut that one out.
It's nice of them.
No, they're not into messing.
Trying to make
with
it look like a
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just,
It's not that kind of show.
Yeah.
If it were, I don't know,
But
reality
good,
television or
hard-working,
something.
dirty jobs.
No, we had a good conversation until finally it was like,
Did you actually fall over?
no, I didn't fall over.
Oh,
It's
good.
just like
Okay.
I couldn't
Shoot,
talk
Jim, yeah.
anymore.
Look at that.
I was
Yeah.
like,
He's already
I've
getting
got to
back
breathe
work.
for a bit here, and then I
Reach
can
his-
start talking again.
His goals.
All right.
He's gonna be, I think his
Nice.
performance is going to be at an exceptional level.
Now he can flip it immediately. Because he's got the gloves on. He can already flip it.
Maybe if you had both been wearing gloves, you would be able to flip it immediately.
It'll set better if he cuddles it.
Yeah, like an over after, so go brood your clutch, Fisher.
Yeah,
This is kind of like the posture thing.
That looks great, dude.
Yeah.
that's about right. Just got to give him some feathers.
It's my little like crest.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's pretty good, dude.
Nice.
Let's see the bag you
Should be in the beige bucket.
Let's see. Oh, we're getting a classic question from Trooper2112.
LiDAR.
Is that also... No, better than that. Is that a Rush reference there? Because we have a Rush fan in chat. Don DeBlue
What
2112.
was the? Oh yeah, that was for.
Yeah.
They actually offered to have him replace Geddy Lee, and he said, no, I've got to go to the bowl.
Gotta go dig dinosaurs.
And I'm at like preschool level of bass playing. Certainly not the virtuoso.
What's the question?
Question is, what's everyone's favorite dinosaur?
Geddy just turned 70.
Yeah. You want to go first, Justin?
Geddy Lee?
Yeah.
Wow.
He looks good.
You don't want to go first? Okay. Fisher, what's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur is probably
Clean living.
Coelophysis, but I don't
Nice.
really like dinosaurs that much. I'm more interested in mammals and their kin, and so I like Coelophysis because it's a Triassic dinosaur, and I like the animals that lived alongside it in the Triassic.
And he just
There's my justification.
and he's
Yeah,
more
no,
into
that's
slumming. Come out on Dinosaur Digs.
I know, yeah. I'm sorry, our animals don't have cusps on their teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah, shame.
it's good practice,
Yeah.
and I get to hang out with my good friends. So.
Yeah. Man, we've been hanging out together for like almost 2 months now, right?
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's early June.
It's amazing we haven't had a huge physical fight yet.
I mean, you and Fisher did the other night. But that was ritualistic, purely.
Ritualistic combat.
Beach master.
Ethan, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Probably the woolly mammoth.
The what?
The mammoth?
The mammoth?
Dimetrodon, dude.
Dimetrodon.
Megalodon.
I like pterodon. The pterodon is actually a valid genus. It's like some sort of coryphodont or something, or some kind of it's some sort of cenozoic mammal. Pterodon, yeah. No, earnestly though, Ethan, what's your? I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Megalodon? I don't know if I have a favorite dinosaur. They're all pretty cool.
Torvosaurus.
I mean,
Torvosaurus, Tenor, king of the Jurassic.
Oh!
Teeth like this, claws like that.
Yes, folks, he's been out here for
Ethan
15
gets his
days.
showmanship hat on when he describes that new skull. He'll have them from both sides of the techies. Just, oh man, this is it.
Bacher 2.0.
I think this animal could read.
Read.
Yeah.
Werner Herzog's favorite dinosaur.
Anyway, jokes aside, Ethan's actually working on Torvosaurus right now. Can we mention?
That's his favorite.
Sure.
Ethan's working on the new best specimen of Torvosaurus anywhere in the world, right?
On the whole wide Earth,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
On all of God's green flat Earth.
It is 55% complete. It's probably the
55%.
most complete megalosaurid probably ever collected.
That's impressive. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. Is that what you're presenting on at SVP?
It sure is.
Beautiful.
Got me a talk.
There. Holy cow! Very nice. Yeah.
Find himself in grad school and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you gotta find. Is
See how impressive.
My hands are so dry. Why did no one warn me about the desiccating effects of this plaster of Paris?
If only we had gloves or some kind of mitten.
some
Guys,
white,
he's been there
some
for
white
10
vinegar to rinse your
Hold
hands
it off.
off.
He's ready to go. He could be working, except you're in his way, doing your plaster thing.
We could have flipped this already. If I had worn gloves.
But he has dug up dinosaurs in Wyoming, so no longer can be told.
Gloves are
You
outlawed.
should have seen
in
those
Wyoming,
almond
famously.
fish, Don.
Those fish, man.
Fish.
They were like
They're like this.
They were like.
All right, who's up next? Carly, what's your favorite dinosaur?
I'm not sure.
That's a good answer.
Solid answer.
Okay.
Solid answer. You don't have
Is that
to.
a Valentine?
It's kind of like asking which of your favorite children is.
Yeah, Gastonia is my
Everybody's got a
favorite
favorite child.
child.
That's yours, Jim?
Oh yeah,
Gastonia?
yeah, I love
Pretty cool
Yankees.
dinosaur.
You named Gastonia, right? Yeah.
And if my
Is that
children,
Kirkland and Burge?
It's one I'm very
No, it's
fond
named
of.
after Burge. So it can't be. It's
Like
you
my
and
more
who else?
salsa too. But
Jim?
what?
You and who else on that paper?
Name me Gastonia?
Yeah.
Just me.
Nice. Back in the days of
Solo.
single author publications.
Well, when you're cranking them out.
Cranking them out at the rate that Jim Kirkland was at that time. in his
Yeah.
career.
No, I thought I was going to be unemployed working at Kmart in a couple of months. It's like I had like 3 dinosaurs I just named in that thing.
Jeez.
Eolambia, and Gastonia, and Ned Colbertia.
Nice.
There are other authors on Ned Colbertia.
Ned Colbertia, Dustin Hoffman.
Which kept me
Dustin
working.
Hoffman, not Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, he's
He
his
probably
less
could have
famous
got
brother.
more money from Dustin Hoffman.
But that kept me employed another year. So I became unemployed when State
So it
the
was
job
worth
opened
it.
up.
The worst dinosaur name ever. It was worth it because it kept Jim in food for a year.
Yeah, there you go. Shoot. Somebody in chat pull up, Claire or Lenina pull up Ned Colbertia in the chat on Wikipedia and look at the picture of the kid with the bowl cut.
it the
That's the
only
that's the kid
dinosaur?
it's named after.
Named after 2 people using both their first and last name.
Yeah, named after famed paleontologist Edwin H. Colbert or Ned
Who
Colbert.
was Ned two's friends.
And then Justin Hoffman, who was a little boy in the 90s who won a contest for Discover Card, was it?
Discovery card, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
He's,
He didn't
I think he's in college, or he might have just graduated college. His dad once in a while drops me a note and how he's doing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we didn't take the Jake Lloyd route?
What's that?
You didn't take the Jake Lloyd route?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
There was already a Colbertia, right? So you had to
that's
make
it, one.
that Colbertia.
Let's see.
Well, there might not have been a straight Colbertia.
You just want to make sure there's a hole in this bucket.
A success. These ribs. You don't need a lot of
Hole in the
ribs.
bucket. Put a little around this to try to get it to...
Yeah, I was doing this earlier and I don't... it's actually made it pretty crumbly.
It takes
Or maybe that was just time.
Yeah, well, it'll help.
Yeah.
Wasn't that great? Just flip the rib.
Oh, nice, Jim. Nice.
All right.
Yeah,
So
let's
if
take a look
they're
at that.
paying attention, you can see my
a lot
early
going on.
You don't want to
little
do it on
wave
camera,
up the
just
air
in
that
case.
turned into joy. And
Yeah.
Just in case.
Nicely
you blow
done,
it.
Jim.
Just in case you don't. Yeah.
The
Oh,
supports on there, the tubes worked
Pull
well?
those little
Yep.
pieces out.
Kept it from flexing?
Didn't-
Yep, it's all under there. As long as
Nice,
you can't
very
see-
nice.
You can't see any of it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Fish King.
So then I can now work around this thing and get it out today too, I think.
We're sketchy.
All right, Don, your turn. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Mega Hyrax.
Dinosaur.
Well, if you know the binomial for the Anna's hummingbird, you can say that.
I do like hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Some of the smallest dinosaurs.
Yeah. Do you know what the very smallest one is?
Hummingbird, smallest dinosaur.
Is what?
Bumblebee hummingbird.
Yeah, from Cuba. Melisuga helenae, the bee hummingbird.
Yep, it
I might
is.
probably have to go with Diabloceratops just 'cause my baby.
Yeah. So for anybody,
He probably got more toys of it than Utah Raptor.
probably.
Yeah, that'd have been
I'm a
made.
Utah Raptor fan.
Well, it's easier to do quadrupedal dinosaurs because they don't fall over.
Ceratopsians are easy too, because you just stick a new head on the old body.
Exactly. Yeah. All ceratopsians have the same body.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Plus, it's named after the devil. I mean, who doesn't know that?
And let's see. Thagomizer says, I'm very partial to Utah Raptor's downturned lower jaw, though. That is pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool that we know about that now.
Well, it's not so much downturned. It's the way the teeth project forward, or procumbent, which is more than any animal but Machikosaurus.
Yeah, from Madagascar.
You know, it's like, what is it doing, like with that?
I mean, its Premax would come down to meet it, right? Like,
Well, yeah, no, the
To the extent that it
Premax
is downturned
seems
a tiny
pretty
bit?
normal. We have Premaxes.
huh?
Good teeth in them.
I thought we didn't have a good Premax
The
yet.
type
Oh.
of Premax.
Holotype has both Premaxes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
One with teeth, one without. Very.
Why should I be working now that this thing is
Probably, are you going to pop that puppy out?
This thing looks horrible.
You don't like it?
No, it's ugly.
That's fine. I get it.
I could probably pop it.
It's like, I only work on pretty bones.
After all the time he's been on the quarry, he's
Bob
going to get
bones.
very particular. Probably was better before it either got stepped on or crushed by a pillow.
Oh, and now what's our favorite ancient mammal?
Yep. Muntops.
Does that include non-mammalian synapses?
You went to Therium.
Sure.
Okay.
You went to Theorem is a good one.
That's
Yeah.
a good
many.
one. Yeah.
That's an easy answer, for sure.
So many,
That's another Utah
so many to choose
beastie.
from.
We've also got them in Wyoming, right? You went to Theorem?
Oh yeah, Eobacillus for sure.
It's the biggest you went to there, or the biggest dinosaur on. I believe is the.
I always get all mixed up about them because Cope and Marsh each had different names for every single one of those.
Oh yeah, no, they really were competing in that area.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, shoot, we know Don's favorite.
But which one is
Yeah,
it?
which particular
Would it be
Hyrax?
Megalohyrax or Titanohyrax or Ankylohyrax?
Titanohyrax? How big was that?
Rhino size.
Yeah, Sumatran rhino size, the biggest one. They have like molars like that.
Holy cow.
No, Hyrax. Not cow.
They were the Eocene cows of Africa.
Very nice.
Cows of Africa. Oh, look at that.
Ooh. Nice pop.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great.
Nice and clean though.
Or Thyrohyrax.
Didn't fall apart.
Probably a little.
Dover Cook says, I admit I'm interested in synapsids. No, don't say that out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Yo! Fisher, there's another one out there.
One Fenestra gang. You're not alone.
Yeah, in a world filled with dinosaur enthusiasts. It's good to.
Yeah,
Something
Gorgonopsids are pretty cool.
I mean, they were until something cooler came along.
Yeah. They're having to do it all. And they got outcompeted by archosaurs.
It wasn't for those Siberian traps, man. I'll tell you.
Well, know why they got outcompeted? Probably locomotion.
Yeah.
Archosaur, they had the first really upright animals, archosaurs, and they had better locomotive abilities. All of a sudden, the synapsids, which were a little more sprawling.
Semi-sprawling.
Yeah.
Well, some of the cynodonts are pretty upright, although they were trending.
Yeah, but not like
Triassic.
archosaurs. Archosaurs are meant for speed.
Early. Jackie did this earlier, and then with that medical bandage, now you can see it's solid. Probably part of a vertebrae.
Because you really
or
can't
something that it was hard to
blame
tell.
extinction
Now I'm
for
doing
that.
undercut
That's
on it, and it just, like,
competition.
flip
It's
it over
through
as
the
quick as I can.
Triassic.
Right.
That
So
was-
And I got it tucked in nice.
A lot of
Everything
what
should
happened
stay
with
in
birds
there.
versus dinosaurs is the
Oh.
same thing.
So
I mean,
it
you end
was
up
a
with
big
just
vertebrate.
giants at the end because
Still
birds
is.
had taken
Oh,
over
it's
all the
just a piece
small,
of cheese.
medium-sized.
I've heard
birds.
somebody say that's not the case. Like, there were small pterosaurs.
There's
Not
a
much.
rib right underneath it.
There are a lot of
Because
birds.
Because
Hundreds
I
of
thought the same
species of
thing,
birds.
and then somebody corrected me on it. I'm like, oh, whoa, really?
So we got-
Yeah.
There's small pterosaurs in the Maastrichtian?
I don't think there's a
Just
single
glue
one.
some of these back together.
Yeah, I
So we've
know.
got
That's
some
kinda how
crystals
it
There's no
looks
Asdarkin
like.
babies.
Name
there's no
one.
small
Show me
pterosaurs.
one.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I don't think there is.
There's zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it is, it's probably a baby Asdarkin.
Yeah.
It's amazing how their diversity just plummets before they.
No, you look at that record they have in Brazil in the early Cretaceous. There's no little itty-bitty pterosaurs down there.
Yeah.
And there's a huge diversity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very likely.
No. The dinosaurs were better at flying than the birds.
Brandon,
than the
good to have you here.
pterosaurs.
Yeah. And Museika, what was your question? I didn't see it. Apologies for that.
That's the story of dinosaurs. They're just better at doing
Yeah.
everything than everything else.
Is it 95 minutes?
Yes.
Give me a little brush there.
Archosaurs, like, we're better at walking than all the synapsids. And the Triassic, we're better at dying than all the other archosaurs. We're better at not dying than all the other archosaurs. In the end of the Cretaceous, we're better at flying than the pterosaurs. Dinosaurs just win every time.
So this is the rib thing is actually coming up.
I mean,
Oh, seriously?
except for being large terrestrial critters
that
after
be-
that. That was really...
I mean, it can't be part of
Well, losing your hands is kind of a limit.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually did pretty good for a while there without hands.
There's only one kind of bird that ever entirely lost its wings, even like as a flightless critter, though.
The moa.
Hesperornis?
It's
the moa.
I think it's the. Is it the? I think it's the elephant bird, not the moa, right? Or is it the
Sure,
moa?
It's the moa.
Okay, they just completely lose all of their.
Doesn't Hesperornis pretty much lose all of
Probably.
its...
No, that's
They've got a little,
Still has
a little like trisket of a wing left.
Uh,
Uh huh. I think we know that from Baptornis. It's still got that.
Well, Baptornis is a real primitive one.
Is it?
Talking the Crown Group.
Huh.
I think they lost them completely.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I usually see Hesperornis restored with just tiny little nubbins of wings.
Well, often restorations could be wrong.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a bird guy, but Jingmai, are you listening?
So this is the
Help
thin
me.
blue. It kind of sucks in, and then this is.
Actually, the guy can help you on that. Probably Anthony Maltese.
Oh yeah.
You know, he just or Mike Everhart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Niobrara folks.
Noah says, does that mean kiwi have some element of wing left? They absolutely do, yeah. Kiwis have got, don't they still have little claws on their wings? Am I thinking of ostrich?
I think you're thinking of ostrich.
Okay.
Kiwis are like pretty much dwarf moas.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm no expert.
Well, I think their genetics have them more closely aligned with elephant birds than with moas. Yeah. Ratite phylogeny is weird.
It is weird.
Yeah. I know old Eric Buffeteau. You know, they got big late Cretaceous flightless bird. Ostrich-like in Europe.
On Hetzeg?
What?
On Hetzeg?
Yeah, I guess. I know he's, you know, described some stuff from France, too. I mean, they're not just on islands. And obviously, you know, ratites, their distribution globally suggests deep roots.
Ancestor.
Oh, yeah, I think they go back to like the
Paleocene.
or earlier,
They
right?
may go back into the Cretaceous.
Yeah, well,
what
yeah,
Buffeteau
Paleocene
thinks.
is already split by the KPGs.
I don't know. I don't work on the group, but I've been told.
Yeah, they are weird though. We're like Tinemus are actually, I think, closer to cassowaries and emus than cassowaries and emus are to ostriches.
Yeah. Yeah, biogeography, this stuff is, you know, those real primitive birds is pretty interesting.
Ostriches and rheas are super similar.
And holy cow, 286 raiders from Samwich have joined. How you doing, raiders? Welcome to Paleontologizing.
What's up,
Good to have you here. Yeah, we're digging up some dinosaurs here in eastern Utah. Let me know if you've got any questions. How was your stream, by the way? Tell me about it. Yeah. And what do we found here? Let me take you on a little tour.
Could be something interesting.
Could be. Good an opportunity as any. Yeah, so here. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's great to have you here. My name is Danny Anduza, and I work on dinosaurs. As a dinosaur paleontologist, I study dinosaurs, I publish on them, and during the summers I dig them up. So I've joined up with the Utah Geological Survey crew here out near Moab, Utah, and we're digging in the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. Digging up what's almost certainly going to be a couple new species of dinosaur once we finally have enough material of it to be able to properly study it and name it. But yeah, anyway, I normally do science outreach streams from my office during the rest of the year back in the San Francisco Bay Area, going over new fossil discoveries, talking about new scientific papers, doing Q&A and interviews with other paleontologists, art and 3D modeling and 3D printing, all that good stuff. But it's summertime. It's time to dig some fossils, so we're broadcasting live via satellite here in eastern Utah. This is a pretty remote area out here in the desert. Don't get a lot of cellular signal or anything, so gotta use satellite in order to do that. Good old-fashioned satellite technology. So there's the dish and the router, solar power station, and here's our quarry down here. I'll show you some of the bones, introduce you to the crew. Yeah, Sandwich says, this channel is my latest favorite. I love it so much. Well, thank you, Sandwich, and I really appreciate the raid. Welcome, everybody. Hope you stick around, and don't be shy with those questions. The whole point of this is to do science outreach, so... Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. So here's our quarry down here. Been working this site... I was here last summer. Don and Ethan and Jim have been working this for... what, 7 years or something? This particular quarry? Particular excavation site? But this whole valley here is just littered with dinosaur fossils.
Project for some student someday.
But here in this quarry, we've got a bunch of iguanodontian bones. Where'd I put that sheet? I'll show you what kind of animal we're talking about here.
Rotting, just sitting there in the mud.
There we go. Where's our iguanodon? There we go. So our animal is not too dissimilar from this. This is Iguanodon bernisartensis from Belgium. Or I guess also from the Wessex Formation of England. That's what it says here. But anyway, it's named after the ones from the Bernisar quarry. There's actually a coal mine in Belgium. It's a cool story. Anyway, this animal is about maybe 20 million years newer than our animal here. So yeah, ours would be maybe close to this guy in size. It's a big beaky plant-eating dinosaur. We don't know if it had thumb spikes like that. But yeah, we just need to dig up some more of it. Try not to get bitten by these ants. But yeah, that's what we're here digging up. There's a bunch of scattered remains of this critter. And let's take a look at some.
I think it's reworked Morrison.
That's honestly not impossible.
Yeah.
What's that?
Here's one I found earlier next to the oyster knife, but that's not turned into anything spectacular yet.
Yeah, but well, that's where these pebbles are coming from. It's Mars.
You think so?
Yeah, channels.
Over here we've got, by our new crew member Carly, we've got a bunch of really cool bones that haven't been completely jacketed yet. But here is probably a rib head. So this is the part of the rib that attaches to the vertebra. Right here.
Yeah.
There's a limb bone, probably a tibia, would be my guess. What do you think, Don? Is that tibia?
Yeah, I think that's the tibia.
Yeah, so...
Looks like a busted up femur, probably.
Like that?
The big long one.
Yeah, and the one under Carly's arm right there.
Yeah.
Femur that you think probably got stomped by another dinosaur back in the day?
Yeah, look, both ends are kind of broken off.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting if that's the femur and then there's the tibia that maybe goes with it right there.
That would be really cool. So they're from the same individual? Yeah. So yeah. Jim thinks that there might be as many as like 20 individuals at this particular site.
So far.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be hundreds eventually, but it's going to have to be for a couple hundred years before they even get to that number.
Yeah.
But this is a site that needs to be protected and cared for forever, because we have nothing else of this age anywhere. It's a huge site. It's produced at least 5 different kinds, maybe 6 kinds of animals. The iguanodon's dominant. It's the bait. Who knows what else is in here? We know there's things that we've got teeth of that we haven't found skeletons of. I look at it like the giant archaeologic sites. This is a site, that we'll work it. Someday I'll be dead and gone. Who knows who will replace me or if I will be replaced. But in 50 years, someone may say, oh, let's reopen Doling's Bowl, because it covers this entire valley floor. We just discovered, Fisher just discovered bones coming out of a wash a couple hundred meters from here to the west, same level, and there's multiple bones coming out, from the rains we've had this wet year. And someone needs to open that up. I'm almost wondering about offering it to someone like the Prehistoric Museum in Price. Hey, you guys.
Been giving everything to the Prehistoric Museum.
I am. I'm going to get them.
Rebecca's like, oh, we'll just give that to Josh. He's giving everything.
Yeah.
Josh is the golden boy.
We might be digging with Josh. When I say we, I mean me and you, chat. In a little bit, maybe in a few weeks or so. But yeah. Anyway, so we got a question in chat. how can people help protect this site, or what'll that take in order to get something like this protected?
Well, don't tell. Well, we already know there was someone digging over there. In what we call Jim's place. In my hole, there's been people digging bones, and I'm very sad about it.
Yeah.
We
people vandalizing the site.
And other sites. There was a limb bone of a sauropod, not that far from my tent. That someone came in and ripped off half of it. And it was actually within a week of it being reported to the BLM.
Oh, jeez.
So someone said, "Oh, they're reporting it. We better go run out and get it."
Half of it's gone already. Jeez.
This area, this 5-mile stretch between here and past Lori's site. Right now, there's probably 14 genoholotype dinosaur taxa.
Jeez.
So
far, new genera of dinosaurs.
Yeah, that were first named here from 3 different levels through the beginning and early middle part of the early Cretaceous that are known nowhere else in the world. I don't know of another place on the planet, really, where you have this great a diversity and spectrum of time and history in one little spot.
Yeah. Really, really special place. Yeah.
I'd say the best protection for this site is the ugliness of the bones.
Yeah. It's not the prettiest bone when you find it on the surface. Definitely not.
Scientifically very significant, but and it's not like you want to come and dig one of these up and put it in your living room or something.
Right.
Not like those beautiful Morrison sauropods.
Yeah.
These are like...
So we're lucky the bone looks so... Yeah, it looks so scrungy here.
But, we're filling in a totally unknown record.
Yeah.
Utah Raptor, and, we get some good sites. The Utah Raptor block stuff is pretty nice.
Yeah.
And it'll never be found outside of Grant County, Utah.
Shoot, let me bring the Utah dinosaurs chart over, and I'll have you point at that for a minute, Jim.
Okay.
Because that is pretty cool. And it really kind of gets the point across at how important this stuff is. Here, I'll go around the other side. Behind you, Jim.
And it's not as ugly as Don says. There is ugly stuff.
It's not displayed.
I don't know. There's a lot of these dinosaurs in museums.
Well, I know.
There we go.
Someone's not going to come out and do this with yours.
Well, if you're not a professional, it's pretty
Hand
hard.
that to you.
It's not digging potatoes.
Yeah.
No, mostly what we have is vandalism. Because they tend to destroy it, not, get out something pretty they're going to put in the living room. Okay, well, when you look, this gap is maybe even closer than we even thought. Now drop it down to closer to the base of the Cretaceous. But if you notice, Cedar Mountain Formation, these rocks are more than half the entire Cretaceous.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like 40 million years, right?
Yeah, 45.
45 now.
And if you look at Grand Staircase, very famous, big national monument, it really is only this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shorter interval, very rich, very big time for dinos. But if you look at the diversity of things that have come out of these rocks, but this interval here, from the the lower Yellow Cat,
which we're in now,
all the way up into the lower Ruby Ranch, all of this stuff is only known in Grant County, Utah.
Shoot.
That's a lot of animals. That's diversity is extraordinary. And this whole sequence of things goes right across this area, for 5 miles. We have major bone beds at every level. There's nothing like it on the planet. I don't think Dinosaur Provincial Park has they have microsites, so they'd add a lot of diversity.
Oh, sure, yeah. You fill up that roster real quick with those.
And we may try screenwashing over at Lori's site.
See if we can beat them.
Yeah, no, that's always I know Wyoming's bugged. You don't have more dinosaurs than we do. Oh, I think we do. Yeah. And we have a better history than anywhere on the planet.
So you also think we've got potentially 4 different faunas?
We could. The lower Yellow Cat, because it's a stack of paleosols that represent, 500,000, 100,000 years each. There could be, there's a lower level, we just don't have a bone bed in it. We have isolated bones. It shows similar kinds of animals. Down a few meters below us, right above the Morrison. But they're animals, polacanthines, iguanodonts, dominating. You look at this, there's a mass extinction, and
Between the Jurassic and the Cretaceous.
yeah, and in Europe, their record goes right up to the base of the Cretaceous. So we know Morrison-like animals that, were going back and forth between Europe and here, go right to the end of the Jurassic, and then boom, we have much fewer sauropods. Yeah. We lose all the Diplodocus, we lose Camarasaurs, we lose the Megalosaurs. Side branch Spinosaurs appear a bit later. Yeah. But, the classic Megalosaurs are all gone. Torvosaurs gone. Ceratosaurs gone.
So it is a true faunal turnover event. It's not as though...
In North America, Stegosaur's gone. Yeah. And our iguanodonts here might be coming out of Camptosaurus. We don't know they had thumb spikes. We know they're a little more derived. But they may actually be the roots get back to Europe, because we do have connections with Europe, dinosaurs with European dyes. That maybe iguanodonts first formed in this level and repopulated Europe after what happened. But we'd never even be able to ask intelligent questions about this before.
If we hadn't had this work done in the Cedar Mountain. Yeah. And you were one of the people who helped actually open up the Cedar Mountain and tell people this was significant, right?
Well, certainly my life's work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty awesome, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, so we're here in the lower yellow cat member. And excuse my hands, they're all covered with plaster, dust, and everything. Lower yellow cat member, the very, very beginning of the Cretaceous period. Yurgavuchia, that dromaeosaur right there, is from, I think, just over there. Like, literally a few meters away is where that was dug up. Same with Mierosaurus.
New Paleocanthine.
Yeah.
A couple of
New Paleocanthine.
parts of skeleton. You get almost every element but the skull.
Yeah.
You got a brain case. You got a brain case.
And so, yeah, Iguanocolossus and other new taxa are one of those new taxa.
That's a little higher up.
It's right here.
This is clearly a relative.
Oh, so that wasn't intended to be the one in this quarry, the other iguanodont new taxon?
They have a feature that's shared with Camptosaurus. Someone said, this is Iguanocolossus. Then you realize, it's a primitive character.
So they're all going to have it, yeah.
Yeah, so they lose it as going to Iguanodont.
Sure, but that's the default state for them.
But it doesn't tell us it's definitely Iguanocolossus.
Yeah.
We have Karen Poole at New York Institute of Technology working on these things.
Oh, Dr. Java says, I'd like to take a minute to thank Jim for his contributions to the stream. I'm actually starstruck. It's an honor to be able to even interact through chat. That's, thank you, Dr. Java.
The only reason I have a job is you guys are interested. Not curing cancer.
Oh, but shoot, if there ever is a cure for cancer, it might well happen because somebody who was interested in dinosaurs as a kid and decided to go into medicine went on to cure it. Like, yeah, don't ever let anybody tell you that dinosaur science is not important, because holy cow, this sort of thing inspires kids to fall in love with learning, and maybe eventually go into engineering or medical science or or science proper.
Holy cow!
I mean, shoot, Justin and I were, we were the quintessential dinosaur kids back in the day.
Now look at you.
Yeah.
You curing cancer together?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were too, Ethan. You were a dinosaur kid.
I definitely was.
You look around. I don't have cancer. You don't have cancer.
I mean, let's hope. I've been trying to put sunscreen on. Yeah.
We're in the hatch for.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing isn't just for show. That's to, shield my noggin from the sun's deadly rays.
Learning is
the sun is a deadly laser.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see if we got any other questions.
You got a croc there, mate?
Yeah.
A crocodile?
Crocodile?
Well, croc.
Oh.
That's a croc.
This one's called croc.
Wouldn't know, mate. Could be croc.
We got a scute?
Pretty two-dimensional, mate.
That could be a croc.
It's definitely a tooth of something.
I was looking at this from far away and going, it could be a croc scute.
Oh, I feel that. Now that I look at it.
Yeah, just superficial resemblance.
Yeah.
But that could be a croc tooth right there. I have to look up real close.
Right there.
Yeah, nice.
Croc King.
Good fine fish, huh?
Thanks.
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 Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
Drink some water before I go completely insane here.
This is from like right here.
Next map. I think we have one. What was that humorous thing on top of this?
What humorous thing?
My humorous was right there.
Oh yeah.
It's like 8 inches away from me.
Like pretty
8
much
inches away.
underneath the legs.
It was right here. You're doing the wrong way, or I was doing the wrong way?
I'm doing the wrong. I should be doing too.
Oh man!
Yeah, it's kind of like right there.
I should have had my west arrow.
Oh yeah, because that's
What's
square up there.
Yeah.
No, that's not different. I'm doing it wrong.
Pimcat says, on average, dinosaurs have more or fewer bones than humans? Definitely more. Shoot. We do not have much of a tail. Ours is pretty wimpy. There's a lot of bones.
We also have more skull bones than we do as well. So
Yeah, ours are all fused
Way
up.
more jaw bones.
Like we were talking about earlier. Yeah, in the lower jaw. We've got a measly one bone in our lower jaw.
I mean, but our other ones are inside of our ears instead. So.
No, some of them went away though,
Not
right?
all of them.
Yeah.
It's only
Couple.
the angular, the articular, and the quadrate.
They got a pre-articular, they got a splenial, and they got a coronoid, they got all this stuff. It ain't just a serangular and angular and articular. Supradentary? What kinds of bones?
Predentary, if you're an ornithischian.
Omnidentary?
Postdentary.
Penadentary.
Supradentary.
Omnipotent dentary?
Okay, up on the legs of the public.
Yeah.
Remember someone asking if there were any marine dinosaurs? A dinosaur art symposium.
Oh yeah?
A certain person said, you know, they found traces of baleen plates in spinosaurs.
Wait, what? Who said this?
Can you guess?
I mean, there were
Art symposium at Dinovation.
Yeah.
Okay, guess. Who
Oh
who
boy.
would've said
Okay.
that?
Yeah. I'm not gonna
The
say
In
it.
a public
initials are
forum.
Z,
Yeah.
Q, T, R, Z.
But and I heard a certain artist that we do know. Heard him speaking under his voice. Oh, I can't wait to do some illustrations of these things sculling across the ocean.
Oh boy.
You know, the sail up and plankton feeding. A different story now.
Oh man. Although we do have some Mesozoic marine dinosaurs, and they're called Hesperornithids.
Yep, that is the group.
This guy, that.
Oh, that was yeah. That was right here. Oh, we're collecting that. I guess we need to map it regardless.
HD and HB says, "Don't sell your tail short, Mr. August on the paleontologist calendar." Who's that? Shoot.
Who's that? Me. You haven't seen that calendar.
I've heard
I don't
stories
have
of
a
it.
copy of it either. They auctioned them for big bucks.
That was SVP Bozeman?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. We had an informal one with Museum of the Rockies that was on Facebook a long time ago, but I don't think it ever got printed.
It's pretty hysterical.
Yeah, ours were actual photographs, though.
Yeah, that one they took like these big hunky dudes and then they photoshopped on all the nerdiest paleontologists.
They didn't have to do that with me.
That was all Kirkland.
It was all carved down until it looked good.
Jim was like this firefighter dude with just the suspenders on.
That's good they included the suspenders, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Carly, you got a message from Dino Jen. They say, "Yay, Carly made it. Tell her mom says good job brushing that rock."
That's my mom?
I guess so, yeah.
Awesome.
You can say hello, hey.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
We'll get her trained up. Right now she's just brushing. You got to be an apprentice for a little while.
You don't do it twice a day.
Then we'll have a sharp tools. You sweep
That's how I found the best allosaur I ever found. A claw, I mean. It was sweeping, and all of a sudden I just swept, and here's this monster claw on the wall.
Nice.
Holy cow!
Like, yeah, my big tool brush.
Yeah, good stuff.
Where Jenny's like, Carly has definitely landed in Nerdland.
No, we're all science jocks here.
I don't have my paleo nerd shirt with me today.
That was yesterday, yeah.
But I am a proud paleo nerd.
No, Jim, you're definitely a jock.
Yeah.
Paleo Chad.
Or maybe a prep kid? Preppy kid? I don't even know the terminology.
Yeah, there's pretty much no sport that Jim has not played.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's like me in high school, yeah.
High school, mine was hockey.
Oh.
I played hockey.
I guess you could do that on the East Coast.
Oh, in junior high, we used to chip in $2 each and rent the rink. 3 in the morning and have games between other neighborhoods. But yeah, New England, it's way of life. You don't play hockey, you know,
we need this
something
back.
wrong with you.
Need this back?
My sister was a figure skater, and my niece was a figure skater.
Actually, the only reason I did basically every sport in high school is because it was such a small school, we wouldn't have a team if I hadn't like volunteered for some of them.
Yeah, our schools were a little bit bigger. My high school's bigger than the college I went to.
Jeez. I think I had like 19 kids in my graduating class.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What?
And some of them I'd been in school with since pre-K. They're practically like siblings.
Where again? California?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why was this?
There's not many people who live in California, you know?
Yeah, it's the smallest state.
The smallest state by population. Only 49 million.
Only the size of Japan.
Yeah, like geographically and population-wise, almost. I think. But Japan
Japan's
probably has more
100
people.
something,
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
know. A lot.
Somebody can look it up in chat. How many people live in Japan? Yeah, I mean, it's a similar kind of latitude.
By
Right?
itself, it's one of the biggest economies in the world, right?
California? Yeah, it would be, I think, 5th largest in the world. And that would turn the U.S. into 3rd, I think, after India and China, I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe after China and Japan.
No, China and India.
No, I'm
China
talking
and
about
India.
economy, not...
Forgive me.
Oh, yeah. Economy. Yeah, California's
population.
got a pretty good economy.
Better not let California break away.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's, oh, terrible place, high taxes. Like, yeah, but it's chicken like a clock. They have their problems, but it's the heart of a lot of innovation.
Oh, yeah. That's cool, Charlie's Dragon. Hey, I can relate to that. Oh, Japan's population is 128 million. 124 million. Yeah, that's definitely more than California.
2.5 Californias.
So there's like a little fragment there. And if you want to clean up some, there's somebody here that I'm going to try to jacket. If you want to clean this up, and then we can work on peeling some of this back. Get you I need the bucket.
Red reduces the bucket, buddy.
What's that?
Red
those chunks and it'll work. Embarrassment of riches. I got too many things to work on. I'm not sure what to do. Work on that and
Queen Dark Lady wants to know, what are your opinions on Pyroraptor? It's hard to say anything. There's hardly anything from that animal. It's like, what, a toe bone and a vertebra or something like that? Yeah. It's a shame they didn't put, I don't know, maybe Utah Raptor in Jurassic World instead. That would have been a zillion times more interesting. And an animal that you basically don't know what it looks like.
I mean, if you want to do the swimming one, make it an Oscaroraptor.
There you go, yeah. Or,
Halscaraptor.
Halscaraptor, yeah.
He had the duck-like raptor.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Halscaraptor. And Natalavenator, I think? The new Halscaraptor from Mongolia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just published last year?
Those Fisher hate dinosaurs even more than regular dinosaurs.
Not a fan of their Hesperornithic?
Not a fan of swimming.
They're okay. I mean, as long as I'm not.
They were in the water a long time ago. Not contaminating it for me now.
Smells are okay.
Steely Dan says, Pyroraptor was known to cause forest fires to hurt prey.
Yeah.
Steely Dan, that's Jim's favorite band.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
What's this?
The guy's handle was Steely Dan.
Yeah, my favorite band. And
Really?
David Crosby's.
Him and
You know he has
Not
good
around.
taste.
He
He
was
likes
Jim's
Steely
fan.
Dan.
Yeah. And we still need to watch Oh Hello. I think you guys would really like that. There's a bunch of Steely Dan references in it. That's their favorite band for sure. And Mav K14, hello to you too. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Steely Dan says, "Oh heck yeah!" And here I thought Jim could not be any cooler.
Ooh, it's true when it comes to coolness.
He also skateboards.
Yeah, he skateboards to the quarry every day.
Ollies to the quarry.
Yeah.
Does it?
All right, when I grew up, skateboards were a board with some metal roller skates hammered onto them.
Yeah.
That was a skateboard.
Like in Back to the Future, where he breaks the scooter thing, turns it into a skateboard.
Jim's almost as cool as Marty McFly.
It's probably better at time traveling nowadays. Geologically, at least.
Little known fact that Jim had a DeLorean at one time too.
Yeah, that's DeLorean. A model.
You're kidding, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Supposedly that was a terrible car.
My Honda Fit
Yeah,
was the first new car I've ever owned in my entire life.
it's a great car.
They are. They
Honda
stopped
Fit is
making them
excellent.
because of the great design. So. Well,
It's just-
better stop this.
They probably weren't making a big enough profit on it.
Anything that Jim likes, eventually they discontinue.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a sure sign. If I like it, you're
Yep.
in trouble.
Honda Fit, non-avian dinosaurs. Can't get it
Amaretto
anymore.
coffee creamer.
Yeah.
Jalapeno.
We could use that.
Corn puffs.
That on the stock market somehow.
Short all the stocks.
Don't invest
Products
in
that Jim
anything
likes.
I like, boy.
Yeah. Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard about that. What a shame.
What
Private
happened to
equity for it.
Instapot?
Instapot went under?
Yeah, so like a private equity firm bought them up or something and then drove them into bankruptcy.
I'm glad I got mine.
Yeah.
I love the Instapot.
No, well, that's like Rubbermaid. Credible company, made products that just lasted forever.
Yeah.
And then they eventually ran out of customers because they lasted forever.
No, I don't think they were probably private equity too. You should look it up. Because that's what they're saying about Instant Pot. Like,
Yeah.
everybody bought one, but they were too well made. It's like, that's not why companies go out of business.
I don't know.
It's
No
almost
one
certainly
makes
a
them
private
now.
equity
These
thing.
others, they break down in the sun real fast. Those things would last for decades in the field.
So are they just not going to make action packers anymore?
Oh, it's not Rubbermaid.
It's its own company, isn't it?
No. Action packer's definitely Rubbermaid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I looked them up on Amazon today and I found a bunch of them, so hopefully they're still around.
Yeah. I think they are.
Yeah, action packers.
That's what happened to Toys R Us, too. It was private equity. Bought them up and... Yeah.
Yeah, let's get rid of
Basically
these
like
guys.
betting against their own company.
I think Amazon would have taken care of that eventually.
Maybe, yeah.
Something about a toy store, though. What fun.
Yeah, shoot. When you were a kid, when a Toys R Us was...
Next level.
It's like being a kid in a toy store.
Being like you were like...
Just like that.
Great. Are there candy stores
Yeah.
Yeah.
still? Okay.
I just went to one in Michigan a little while ago.
They're usually small local ones.
Yeah.
This is good little
Up by Logan? Huh.
Yeah, I tried
Working from the side.
It's quite horizontal there.
Yeah. I thought maybe that would just pop right up and let me scoot to the side so it's not working. Yeah. Oh, and we've got a bunch of raiders from Science Streams. 69 raiders. Nice. Science Streams, thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? This is the guy I was telling you about, who's a systems and molecular biologist at University of Pennsylvania. But he does science outreach on Twitch. Awesome channel. If any of you in chat have not checked out Science Streams, you're missing out. But him and his wife Lita do all kinds of research, and they work on ants and epigenetics and flatworms and all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah. Anyway, how was your stream, Science Streams? Good to have you here. Oh, and I do know something about the history of light bulbs. Yeah, how there used to be like certain varieties that just would never burn out, but those weren't profitable enough, so I started selling ones that would wear out. 'Cause you don't have to buy them more often.
Only thing that made our toaster from the 40s go was the toaster oven.
Well, what do you mean?
All right, Sam, we had a toaster that we bought, newly married, pre-World War II.
Yeah.
And they got a toaster oven in the 60s, and that's when it finally left. It worked perfectly,
Oh, so
30 years.
they got rid of the toaster because of the toaster oven?
Yeah, they got a toaster oven,
So that toaster from the 40s could still be working today, you're saying?
Who knows, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, you buy a toaster now, you're lucky you get a couple years out of it.
Yeah, shoot. And no worries about the double raid Science Streams. I know how things go. It's good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, welcome to Eastern Utah. Digging up some earliest Cretaceous dinosaurs. Drink some more water.
What do we got?
Generally, if you find it in the wall.
Picking up anything neat today? Of course we are, Fedorasaur, yeah. What's that?
Cool name.
Yeah.
What do you think this thing is?
Yeah, we've got... I found a new bone over here that I'm working on. Here, I'll show everybody what that looks like.
Generally on point guy is.
Here we go. Can I reach? Yeah, well, not enough. Let's take that off of there. But there we go. This is a new bone that I found this morning. And so right now I'm just kind of waiting for this rock to break up. So like hopefully in the morning all of this is going to be a little bit more loose. Yeah, because that mudstone's been sitting there for 140 million years. But when it gets exposed to the air, it starts to crack and break up a little bit, becomes easier to work. So tomorrow I'll be working on more of this. But this looks like, if this is indeed part of the same bone as this right here, this could be big old metatarsal, or do I dare hope it's a metacarpal of a giant iguanodont? I don't know. But yeah, but this rock is really, really tough right here, and I'm hesitant to really work at that right now. I'm gonna let it sit overnight and kind of let the ambient air do its thing. But yeah. Good stuff. How's that feeling, Fisher?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Still needs to dry a little bit before we can sharpen it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting though. See the break.
So we'll probably end up flipping that one tomorrow.
Round it off, and we look at it like, okay.
Yeah.
A slice off it, but that should be sharp edge.
Then I'll have a nice hole.
And how hot is it today? Ask how do. Well, let's go check. Hang this back up.
It's not like we're in a river.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get down right here to the top. Here.
There we are. All right. Current temperature.
Bird a bed. What does Jack need? Jack over there.
97. Yeah. 97 degrees in the shade. Good stuff. Yeah, it's actually really comfortable out how to, at least compared to what it has been. Yeah.
Temperature?
97.
97.
And it feels cool after 107.
Yeah, totally.
We need to calibrate that thermometer.
Yep.
Seems a little high usually.
I don't know if we can. This is a little cheap, like $25 one.
Right. Well,
But I'll look at the manual.
You could, or just get a more accurate one.
Yeah, and then just subtract it in your head afterward. Get some sun on my head.
How do the suffixes for naming taxa after things work?
It just becomes convention after a while. Like, there's no rule that says that an ornithomimid has to be mimus.
No, I mean like...
Yeah?
Like when you name, like the species name after like a person.
Oh, yeah. If you name it after one person, it's I, so like Justin I, or Justin
For
Hoffman
a
I.
woman, it's AE.
Yeah, because it's feminine.
Feminine,
Yeah.
Latin feminine.
And then if it's a group of people, it's aurum. So like Maiasaura peoplesorum.
Multiple women, it's Arum.
It's what?
Arum, A-R-U-M.
If it's
With multiple women.
interesting.
Like the Suarez sisters.
Suarez aurum.
Yeah, Suarez Arum.
Okay. Yeah.
The twins.
That's a great name. Gemini Raptor.
I'm
The
really
twin
happy
thief.
it's still valid as a Dinosaur.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of sad. No, that's definitely Falcarius.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but just a look. Falcarius is real deep maxilla, this is real low.
Yeah.
Because they are different.
We should have Claire or Lenny to look up Gemini Raptor on Wikipedia and put the link there. See if it still says it's a Troodontid. It probably will.
Yeah, it probably will. It was just an abstract.
Yeah.
You know, and she doesn't say in the abstract that it says a new take.
Yeah.
You know, a Troodont becomes a Therizinosaur, and one way you could do it is like, sorry, Gemini Raptor's not valid. It's another, it's Falcarius, but
it doesn't matter.
We got an erosion surface between it. It
Yeah.
seems to be about 20% bigger. There's some things, but yeah, Lindsay's the queen of Therizinosaurus.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
if she says that's it, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah. So yeah, Gemini Raptor, probably now a Therizinosaur. Pretty cool. Yeah. It's Tradoon-like. No longer Steely Dan. Yeah. Good stuff. Got 501 people watching right now. Not too shabby. Let me know if you've got any questions, anybody. And everybody. Well, maybe not everybody.
Yeah.
Let's not have 501 questions.
Yeah, we
right
move pretty fast.
now. Yeah.
Speed read.
But if you're curious about something, don't hesitate to ask.
What's that?
Brandington wants to know, Jim, what's your favorite wastebasket taxon?
I'm not a fan of any wastebasket taxon, really. I mean, you know, all theropods that are partial specimens are Megalosaurus.
Yeah.
That was pretty poor. Generally, they stuck within the Jurassic, but the continent, lower, middle, upper, whatever, Megalosaurus.
And if we find a new species, do we get to name it? I mean, the person who publishes on it gets to name it. Or person or people.
Or people, yeah. Sometimes there's a few of us that
Yeah.
have to agree on what we're going to name it.
It won't necessarily be the person who originally discovered it, but whoever's studying it and publishing on it, they get to name it.
But often the person who discovers it gets it named after.
Yeah, that's true.
You just can't be on the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not kosher to name something after yourself.
Yep. There is an ICZN rule about that where you can't name something after yourself. It's like, it's officially in the code.
Yeah, suppress people's egos.
Are there any areas over here that are safe for me to cut in laterally toward me? Or are there little bits of bone all through that?
I think he's got something there. Is that turning anything bigger, or is it just
I
a
don't
little?
really investigate it too much. It might just be like a stain anyway.
I'm eager to start breaking this
Yeah,
up.
and you
it'll
could, I mean,
accelerate
because
this.
the hard part's going to be that upper end.
Yeah, but just keep working on this, you think?
Yeah, if you peel that
Might as
down
well.
and then just work that in, because this will be easy to cut down to.
Yeah.
It's the upper end. That big.
Fair enough.
And then there is that little guy behind your boots there, but hopefully we'll
This guy, yeah. Being
work
careful.
on getting around that too at some point.
Let's see. Brandington says, not to get political, but what the heck even is Piatnitskysaurus?
Is what?
Yeah, Piatnitskysaurus? The theropod from the Jurassic? Ethan knows it. Might be a megalosaur, maybe?
Megalosauroid.
What's that?
Megalosauroid.
Megalosauroid?
Yeah, it's the namesake of a family called Piatnitskysauridae.
Oh, yeah.
One of three families in Megalosauroidean.
Archosaurus is one.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Megalosaur type critter, probably.
I'm just going to stick it there.
Yeah.
I believe it's Argentina.
You can maybe show me where to go.
I'm so tired I cannot wear a hat in the quarry.
That's pretty tired, Jim.
They just pop off my head. This bulbous knobbing. Just,
Give me the pinhead.
yeah. Need to be all staple them down.
Yeah. And Lasinski says, this is so cool. How long have you been doing this? Well, shoot, should we do combined in the quarry here?
You mean how many days since we first came out here? Or how long?
Me 50 plus years.
Yeah. 50 years Jim has been digging dinosaurs on the Colorado Plateau. Turn the camera. I don't know if you can see Jim properly right now. Yeah. Don, how long have you been doing field paleontology?
A little under 40 years.
A little under 40? Alright, so we've got, we'll say 85, just to round it up. Or 86. I've been doing this for 10 years now. Well, since 2011, but there have been a couple years where I didn't get to do field work because of COVID. We'll say 10. So we're at 96.
There's some old timers. Carly's working on 2 hours now.
Nice. So 96 years, 2 hours. Ethan, you've been doing like 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 106 years, 2 hours.
3 years.
3 years for Fisher. 109 years, 2 hours.
2 weeks for...
2 weeks. 109 years, 2 weeks, 2 hours.
15 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
15 days. How long have we been working today? So, like, what?
Well, me, it's 50 years and 2 months.
Yeah.
3 months. It's April.
Yeah, it was 1984 was my first day.
Nice.
There was a few hiatus years in there.
Yeah. Oh, Thagomizer says, I have to go since it's midnight, where they are, but please know this content is genuinely healing to my soul, and I am so grateful to you guys for sharing this with the world. Thank you, Thagomizer. Holy cow. It touches my heart.
Britain or something? Or
What's that?
Europe?
Probably, yeah. Presumably from somewhere across the pond. Yeah.
Get some sleep.
Anyway, sleep well, Thagomizer. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Oh, and somebody wants me to explain histology. Well, shoot, I'm not a histologist myself, but...
None of us are.
Yeah. Basically, the idea is that you can see how old a dinosaur was when it died, like how mature it was, if you cut open its bones and count the number of growth rings inside, almost like a tree stump.
But you're going to have a population, since they tend to obliterate the inner lines as they grow.
Yeah, you got to have something with minimal reworking or remodeling.
Well, you got to have different ages.
Yeah.
That's one. You can't do it with just one bone. You can say it's an old animal, but you can't say how old it is.
Right. It helps if you've got, multiple individual animals that you can sample to get a good idea of how they work. But that's basically it. You cut open the bones, you count the growth rates.
But you can also, with histology, look at metabolic behaviors of the bone and how much their phosphate calcium exchange is working.
Mm-hmm.
Figure
out how fast they're growing.
Bone has certain properties. Pretty neat stuff, but very much a different discipline than what we're doing.
Yeah.
They cut up our bones that we're so careful.
Like Jack would say, glue is cheap.
What is that? You do it right, you're not going to lose information.
Exactly. Yeah, got to make a cast of
But you got to do it right.
the portion that you take out so you can fill in the gap again. Make the bone look good as new.
Okay.
Oh, good as... Can't say good as new when the thing's 100 million years old, but you know what I mean. It's 1:10 a.m. there in Norway. Holy cow. Tyler, well, thank you for being here. What's that?
Carly and I both love Norway
Oh, nice.
because we're cross-country skiers.
Oh,
It's their national sport.
very cool.
Well, I assume Carly loves Norway.
Moo Hoodle says this is so awesome. Thank you, Moo Hoodle.
Norway? Your name?
Yeah, I think so.
And we're not digging for a Tyrannosaurus. These dinosaurs here are about twice as old as T-Rex. T-Rex is from the tail end of the Cretaceous period, the very end of the Age of Dinosaurs, and this animal is from the very beginning of the Cretaceous period, about halfway through the Age of Dinosaurs. About 140 million years old. Yeah. We don't actually have a name for this dinosaur yet, because it's probably something new. point Charlie's dragging. These fossils were as old to T-Rex when they were alive as T-Rex is to us. It's only slightly confusing, but yeah. Spot on. Yeah, yeah. Can anyone on the field crew beatbox? Ethan or Fisher seem like the type.
I'll try and take that as an influence. Fisher's a famous beatboxer.
Are you trying to reduce it?
Fisher's people want to see beatboxing skills.
I don't think I can beatbox.
You don't have much rhythm.
No.
I'd be surprised if people can't. You can do it in a Jamaican accent.
Do yourself surprised. Like the rock.
Alright, Carly, can you help out with this?
I haven't seen one from like this.
Going to do it on the top.
Oh, that's a great question,
Put a
Murph.
little
There. We'll ask Jim that in a minute, but...
gypsum won't stick to it. We don't mind if it sticks to the rock, but we don't want it to stick to the soil.
Did you use all that gypsum that you had?
So
Jim?
the other side
yeah.
of this was the thing that Jim flipped.
Here, maybe we'll go eavesdrop
Lab, we'll cut this
on
side,
Don's explanation there.
pull it off, work from this side, so it's almost like being back to the quarry again. Break the rock up like a little jackhammer.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is add a little bit of TP to the bottom here, just to keep it separated. So what you'll do is get the water closer to you. There's a hole in this, that's why I have it right there.
So Don's going to be...
Essentially, you just dip this in and just pat the paper towel down, or the toilet paper, the TP. So yeah, you can do a little bit on this guy, and then this one, especially on the bone, you want to make sure that you get the good thick wet TP on that. I'll go grab a gypsona.
Nice.
Cloud looking a little menacing out there.
Take a gander at those clouds. Yeah, there could be some rain in some of those. There's definitely some rain in those to the north.
Yeah.
We may want to, once we do this, we may want to just pack it up, so
Yeah.
it'll be more pleasant to be at camp.
Yep. Well, Murph had a good question for Jim.
Get this thing ready, Don, too.
Oh, gee. Don, did you hear Jim there?
What's that?
Trying to get this ready in the top jacket as well.
Oh, okay.
Might do that at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
probably good.
You only really need to
Well, maybe postpone that question for Jim while he works.
Rock too, so when you open it up, that you get.
I generally can talk and
It just makes it a little
Okay.
easier when you get
bubble
it
gum
done.
at the same time.
Well,
It's not as crucial.
So we had a question for you, Jim. Since you issued the permits here in Utah, how many different crews are out digging right now?
Right now, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I issue for state land, not
Yeah.
federal land. And I've probably about 20 or so,
Uh-huh.
25. Some are for people doing mitigation.
Uh-huh.
So say they're putting in a pipeline, they'll go, federal, state, just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, for the state land, they need a permit from us. And the federal, the BLM, the Forest Service land from the Forest Service. But yeah, for talking to BLM,
Especially you can take down now, they're not doing
supposedly about more than a third to almost a half of all excavation permits right now are going to Utah.
In the whole country?
The whole country.
A third to half in Utah.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's truly impressive.
And we're going to have a meeting, Bureau of Land Management, later this month.
Nice.
About, really a master plan for Utah since it's going nuts. Yeah. Well, okay, what are we doing? And I'm really happy to take part of it.
That is pretty impressive. Again, Utah, really the dinosaur capital of the U.S.
Only recently realized.
What's that, Justin?
Best state.
Best state?
It's my home, I have to say that.
Yep.
It is.
This is the place, right? Take this down. There we go. Ah. Yeah, so that we might get rained on there. In fact, that looks characteristic of falling water there, so probably a good idea to start wrapping this up, which they're already doing, taking on the tarps. Yeah. And what's the orange lollipop? Those are little safety caps. Little safety muffins on top of those bits of rebar that we have for our quarry grid.
Yes, we do not want anyone falling.
Yeah. The fewest people we have skewered by rebar, the better.
Oh yeah, we don't want to get moving here.
Yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this stream so I can help with taking everything down. So, let's journey on over here. Past the generator. And, yeah, let's find somebody to raid. Somebody doing some science on Twitch, hopefully. Yeah. Here. There we are. Okay, let's see who else is on at the moment. That's my other phone. My actual phone. There we are. And who's on right now? Granny, Carl Sagan, Turtles and Chill, Sinot Bush. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, let's ask. Well, no. Let's go right into Studio Cornix. She does some cool science stuff. She's got 6 people watching right now. Let's go completely inundate her with viewers. Yeah, she normally does microbiology type stuff, looking at microscopic aquatic organisms. Raid Studio Cornix. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, let's show her some love. Everybody, thank you so much for for your wait, double raid. Oh, hang on a minute. Nope. Let's hang on a second. How many people did we have come in with that raid? 354 people. No, hang on. How do you stop the raid? Raid. Stop? Thank you, Claire. Beautiful. All right. If you just came in, then welcome to Paleontologizing. Welcome, Raiders. How is everything? Beautiful. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, broadcasting to you live from the beautiful eastern Utah desert near the town of Moab, Utah. And oh man, this is gonna hit us. We gotta wrap this up soon. There's dust coming in, and that looks like it could be rain there too. Yeah, we're digging up some new dinosaurs here in the earliest Cretaceous Cedar Mountain Formation. And we've really got to take down our tarps before this thing hits. I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow. Wish us luck with this storm. Yep. Here's that wind. Oh boy. And now this is not responding. Come on now. Yeah. What do you need? Yeah. Sun. Wind. All right. Welcome to the field, Carly.
Close the maps and stuff. The logbook.
That's how it goes sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, hope my tent's okay over there. Yowza. It very well might not be.
Oh, I think.
Oh, is that one of mine? Thank you, Ethan. Shoot. Well, let me go ahead and wrap this thing up. Did the raid work? I can't even tell. The raid worked? Okay, good. I'm gonna shut this off now.